Gaming with the Master bringing you part 27 of Fossil Fighters. Let's get to it. Last episode, we snuck aboard the Dinorian spaceship, and Diggins was sent back in time, and we started Chapter 8, World in Peril. And this starts out with Richmond saying, "So Diggins risked his life to save mankind. How like him?" Duna, my dear, this plan of the Dinorians, Project Mother Planet. Would you explain a little more about that? Of course, you should know everything. Project Mother Planet was a plan to recreate our home planet for settlement. Our home planet was lost, so we ventured into space with the few survivors that remained. Our mission was to find a way to recreate a basic environment of our world on a new planet. And so we drew up the plans for Project Mother Planet. We traveled far and wide and finally discovered a planet suitable to begin our work. That planet was Earth, roughly 600 million years ago. The Cambrian period, when the very first multicellular life forms came to exist on Earth. Yes, multicellular life forms planted by us, the Dinorians. Come again? My brothers and sisters, we have finally found a suitable planet on which to carry out our great plan. Now all we must do is plant primitive life forms containing Dinorian DNA. These primitive creatures will be the seeds of intelligent life, and these seeds will recreate the evolutionary path of our world, eventually leading to Dinorians. We will once again be a part of a mighty and flourishing race, surrounded by our people. But what if evolution follows some other path? Conditions are different than they are on our world. Don't worry, it is for that very reason that we've built the Idolcomp system. The main Idolcomp will consistently monitor all life forms across the planet. If any species takes an unprofitable evolutionary turn, the Idolcomp will correct it with regression rays. The Idolcomp will restart evolution on this planet as many times as it is required to create Dinorians. As for us, we will wait, asleep in stone, in preparation for that glorious day to come. When we awake, it will be to our planet, and its people reborn, completing Project Mother Planet. But the project failed. We awoke 600 million years later from our stone sleep to find not Dinorians but you humans. It turned out that while we slept, we had lost the Sub-Idolcomps in some sort of accident. Without backups, the main Idolcomp was shut down and stopped guiding evolution. We tracked down the 4 missing Sub-Idolcomps here to Vivisor Island. And you hired the BB bandits to look for them. Correct, we did not know our way around your society, so we needed human help. I see, that's quite a story. To think that all Earth's life forms came from another planet planted here by Dinorians. Shocked doesn't really seem to cover it. But that doesn't mean we should allow humankind to be thrown out like some sort of failed experiment. I agree completely, but even as we speak, King Dino is working out to recover the Sub-Idolcomp. We have to find the Sub-Idolcomp before he does. Then we'll want to head down to the underground laboratory. I've sonar tracking equipment there that can display the entire island. Understood, let's go. Then Richmond says, I have to know one more thing, Duna. What's going to happen to Rosie? She'll be fine. Rapton's portable regression ray is weak, so the effect should wear off shortly. What a relief. She may have returned to normal already then. Master, would you go check on Rosie for me? We'll be down in the underground laboratory. So now we're going to head to Rosie's room to see if she's returned to normal. And when we get there, we find Rosie has returned to normal, but she's still squeaking. And then she realizes she doesn't have to squeak anymore because she's returned back to human. And Rosie says, "Whoa, I didn't even realize I had returned back to normal. I just kept squeaking out my inner mouse. Yikes, that's embarrassing. Anyway, this is no time for small talk, Master. So what happened on the Dinorian spaceship? You went with Dr. Diggins, right?" Then we explained to Rosie everything that happened. So Dr. Diggins was sent back in time to the Jurassic period. That's crazy and horrible. What will have happened to him in the past? Did he wind up as a fossil somewhere? That's so sad. We can never see Dr. Diggins again. That's no good. Crying isn't going to get us anywhere. Dr. Diggins sacrificed himself for us. The least we can do for him is find that idol before the Dinorians do. Grandpa and Duna are down in the underground laboratory trying to find it, right? Let's go. So now we're going to head to the underground laboratory. So when we get there, Richmond says, "Oh, my Rosie, you're human again." Yep, I'm all done squeaking. Duna, I wanted to thank you for helping us, for taking our side. That can't have been easy for you. So have you found the idol? We finished reconfiguring the tracking system. I'm ready to hit the switch now. We should be able to find the Sub-Idolcomp really quickly with this equipment. So the idol's in Greenhorn Plains, huh? Great, let's go find it. Hold on, Rosie, there's something wrong. Not just Greenhorn Plains, Knotwood Forest, Rivet Ravine, Bottom Sump Bay, and Mount Lava Flow? It's picking up Sub-Idolcomp signals in all those areas? Master, I thought you said there was only one idol that got sent back in time with Dr. Diggins. Can someone explain to me what's going on here? The Sub-Idolcomp must have been shattered by the trip through time. Based on the number of signals we're receiving, it seems to have been broken into 5 segments. So we'll have to collect all 5 idol fragments? Come on, Master, let's get out there and find those fragments. Whoa, I feel funny. What's going on? And Rosie was transformed into a Trichondonta again, and Duna says, apparently excitement still triggers the effects of the regression ray for her. Don't worry, she'll recover again shortly. Master, I think it's going to be up to you to look for the fragments. Bring all 5 fragments back here once you find them. We'll have to find a way to hide them from the Dinorians. Our survival depends on it. So we are now I'm going to switch to a time lapse, so I'll talk to you after the time lapse is done. We just found all of the Idolcomp fragments, so we're now going to head back over to the Richmond building and find the rest. So when we get there, Richmond says, Master, you have found the 5 idol fragments. Wonderful. You handed over the 5 idol fragments to Richmond. I'll put these in safekeeping now, hidden where the Dinorians will never find them. Wait, let me see those. Something is missing. What did you mean? This is all 5 pieces. Yes, there are 5 pieces here, but the Sub-Idolcomp core processor is missing. That means there's another fragment somewhere, but we checked everywhere on the island. Mr. Richmond, are there any places on the island that aren't detectable by sonar? Not detectable by sonar. There's no such place on the island, no. But I think we'll need to search Secret Island. Secret Island? Yes, you won't find it looking at any map or chart. Secret Island is, well, it's where we found the crashed spaceship. What? When we dug up the spaceship, we discovered all sorts of advanced technologies inside. We learned to use one of those technologies to reanimate and revive fossils. Yes, this entire fossil revival process is based on a device we found in an alien spaceship. We were afraid that the technology might fall into the wrong hands, so Diggins and I hid the island. We used holography to screen and jam all sonars on the island. It's entirely possible that the last fragment is there on that island. I'll arrange to power down the screen and get a boat to run from the harbor to Secret Island. A crashed spaceship? That must be one of our starships from the original scouting mission. I'm very curious. I'd like to go see it for myself. Master, let's meet up on Secret Island. Good luck out there, Master. So, on here, what the description for Secret Island is: long known to only Richmond and Dr. Diggins, this top secret island is now home to a crashed spacecraft. Which this island is also a dig site, so we can dig there, but we will not be digging there. So Duna's there, and yes, as I thought, it's a Dinorian starship. This is the scout ship that went down during our first expeditions to the planet. It's sort of funny to think that your fossil revival uses technology scavenged from my people. We entered stone sleep to shape your whole world, and you use it to recreate how it used to be. I guess that's the difference between our peoples, Master. Regardless, we need to go find the last fragment. Let's go. So we're going to look for the last fragment in here. So Duna stops us and says, "Actually, Master, would you wait while I check something? I want to know why this starship crashed. The crew members that escaped to our ship before the crash had no idea what happened." Okay, I found the computer's log of what happened, then the ship went out of control. I see now. Oh, sorry, Master. Let me configure this to your language, so you can read it too. Abnormal energy readings detected from sample holding chamber 3A Gunnish tissue sample. Energy spikes have damaged flight systems beyond repair. Per standard emergency protocols, the crew will abandon ship and be teleported to safety. Ganesh, the intergalactic scourge that consumed our entire world. He roams the universe looking for planets with life on them, then he eats them whole. This ship had a small sample of Ganesh's tissue in a holding chamber for research purposes. We hoped that we might learn enough from it and find a way to kill Ganesh. We eventually gave up on that hope. Nothing can kill Ganesh. It's simply impossible. I'm sorry, Master. I should not delay our progress any further. Let's get moving again. We have to find the last fragment before the Dinorians discover this place. So then Duna stops us again and says, "What is this slate? This shouldn't be here. How strange." It looks like there's some writing. It's in your language. Where did this come from? It's been 6 months since I found myself in this dangerous world. It took all that time to reach this site. It was a long, perilous road, so perilous in fact that I lost my sandals along the way. So if you remember back in chapter 4, those fossilized sandals we found, whoever wrote these lost their sandals and that's how they became fossilized. I don't understand. Do you know what it is, what this is, Master? I guess it doesn't matter right now. Let's get back to saving your people from mine. So then, the second slate says, my first major crisis was with a Tyrannosaurus. He scooped me up in his mouth. If my body hadn't been so minty fresh, I have no doubt he would have gobbled me right up. Thank goodness for mint soap. Oh, and we happened to come by a fossil by accident, but then the third slate says, my next run-in was with an angry Stegosaurus. She must have thought I was encroaching on her territory. She waved her big spiky tail at me like swoosh, and I was like, ah! It's a shame Stegosaurus used to be my favorite dinosaur. I think I'll go with Triceratops now. So then the fourth slate says, while trying to cross the bay, I apparently annoyed a plesiosaur. Grabbing onto his long neck was a mistake. He flung me like a rag doll clear across the bay. I survived the splash, but drank a lot of seawater in the process. It was quite salty. Then the fifth slate says, my biggest dilemma, though, was when the pterodactyl tried to feed me to her babies. There I was on their cliff top nest, trying to jump would have left me flattened on the rocks below. So I pretended to be a pterodactyl chick. I hope never to have anyone chew my food from me ever again. Then Duna says, just past this door is the starship's main control room. I don't know what we'll find in there, but we might have to battle in there, or we can head back to Vivsaur Island if you want, or would you like to go to the control room now? And we responded, yes. Alright, I'm glad to have you with me right now, Master. Let's go. So when we get there, Duna says, that's a stone sleep device. Why would it be pulled out here like this? Wait, this isn't a Dinorian, it's a human? How did a human come to be in stone sleep? Hold on, Master, may I borrow your sonar system? I can't imagine how, but it looks like this human is carrying the last idol fragment. We should bring this stone human back to the fossil center for analysis. Then a mystery man says, not so fast. Then Duna says, Raptin. So it's true, Duna, you betrayed the Dinorians, your own people. Now back away. Once I get that core component, we'll be able to reassemble the Sub-Idolcomp. I won't allow you to take the core component. And I won't allow you to hurt the humans, to hurt Master. You've let yourself be tainted by human weakness. You used to be better than they are, Duna. Pathetic. If you won't see a reason, I'll just have to annihilate both of you. Combat holography systems on. Battle mode engage. So Raptin is using 2 Dynamitons and Raptin, which is an air-type Vivasaur. So Raptin goes first, and he uses Reaper's Wrath, which does 49 damage. So now we're going to use Corona Bite, which does 54 damage. Then we're going to use Elasmo Tackle, which does 44 damage. So then Raptin uses Reaper's Wrath against Corona, which does a critical 80 damage. So once again, we're going to use Corona Bite, which does a critical 82 damage. And then we're going to use Elasmo Tackle, which does 45 damage. Then Raptin uses Reaper's Wrath, which does 56 damage, and swaps out for one of the Dynamitons, and it uses Steel Slash, which does 26 damage. So now we're going to use Corona Bite against Dynamiton, which does 81 damage, and then Elasmo Combo, which does 86 damage. So then Dynamiton uses Scissor Swipe, which does 36 damage. Then we're going to use Corona Bite, which does 81 damage. And then we're going to use Elasmo Tackle, which should defeat one of the Dynamitons. And it does. So then, Dynamiton uses Heartless Fury, which does 124 damage, and then Raptin uses Reaper's Wrath, which does 65 damage and poisons Shoni. So now we're going to use Corona Bite, which does 79 damage, and then Elasmo Tackle, which does 71 damage. And poison damage did 178 damage. So then Dynamiton uses Scissor Swipe, which does 36 damage, and then Raptin uses Ire Combo, which does 51 damage and poisons Shoni. So now we're going to use Corona Bite, which does a critical 122 damage, so we're going to use Elasmo Tackle to defeat Dynamiton. And it does. And poison damage does 89 damage. So now Raptin uses Reaper's Wrath, which does 110 damage and defeats Shoni. So now we're going to use Whirlpool, which should defeat Raptin. And it does. And we won 15 battle points. So Corona ranked up to rank 11. And his LP increased by 23, attack increased by 9, defense increased by 3. Elasmo ranked up to rank 12, which is the max rank for any Vivasaur. So Elasmo will no longer rank up because he is max rank. And Choni's LP increased by 25, Spinax is increased by 18, and Ventnor's also increased by 18. Then Raptin says, there must be some kind of mistake. I never lose. You human! How could I lose to such a flawed organism? Raptin, listen. Humans are different, but but they aren't more flawed than Dinorians. They were born on this planet, they evolved into real, intelligent life. The idea that Dinorians are the only worthwhile beings in the universe is narrow-minded, dangerous thinking. No, humans were an accident, a side effect of our evolutionary experiments gone wrong. You don't befriend your mistakes. You learn how not to make them again and start over from scratch. No matter how you fight against it, you can't stop the inevitable doom of humankind. No creature as flawed as that can survive for long. Then Duna says, one day, Rapton, I hope both you and King Dino will be able to see past your own DNA. There are probably other Dinorians on the way. Let's head back to the fossil center with the stone human. And with that, we will conclude today's episode of Fossil Fighters Part 26. Fossil Fighters Part 27. Join us next time for Fossil Fighters Part 28.